about legalizing marijuana in certain states, preferably Michigan, because that's where I'm from. Y'all know I get a lot of heat when I'm down here in Texas, and then I get a lot of my peers, co-workers, and say, "Hey, you heard this? They legalized this, that, and the other." So I do get some flack about that, but it doesn't bother me because I will still represent where I'm from, Detroit, and still press forward. Like, I don't live there anymore, so that's their choice. I didn't vote there. Okay, so I live in Texas. So, but I do want to talk from a standpoint, from an HR perspective, from that standpoint, because I've been in HR for some years now, so about 4 or 5 years now. So I want to talk about that standpoint, but let's look at what it means to legalize marijuana first. For Michigan, a lot of times legalizing the marijuana in any state, you're going to have to abide by the rules and the laws that they come up with. So what Michigan did, as I understand it, they wanted to legalize marijuana, but have kind of the same guidelines as you would for alcohol. So, like, you had to have the age limit. You had to be 21 to make a purchase. You had to show your ID to make a purchase. And, when I was there visiting, and that's all I seen on the TV was about this marijuana, how important it was, how they had to vote yes for that or on that proposal. So that was all on the TV that I seen. So again, you have to obey the laws. So I just did a little bit of research real quick. Of course, you have to be 21 years or older. You have to be living in the state. That's what probably means you have to show your ID, just like when you're buying liquor. Hopefully that goes for everybody. You have to be living in the state to either buy, possess, and use, if you're going to be making that purchase. Some things that they were saying, you can grow up to 12 plants in your house. There will be a 10% sales, a 10% tax on top of the 6% sales tax. That's a lot. So the tax revenue is going to be spent on clinical trials, for research. For instance, I seen something about treating veterans, so they're going to do that research, things of that nature. 15% is going to go to the counties, for the businesses. 35% is going to education. Another 35% of it. Now, this is the revenue, what they're going to make off of it. 35% is going to be for transportation and for the roads and the bridges. I think it was another 15% to the municipals as well, that the businesses are in certain areas. The businesses now going to that county where it's going to be at. So with that being said, that may be a great thing. I think it was great for was it Denver, Colorado? I don't know, because I don't live there. I do not participate or do not do recreational drugs or anything, because I have a job. I have a job that requires drug testing all day and everything. And somebody watching and say, "Oh, I can pass a drug test." Okay, it's on you. So from an HR standpoint, we had a discussion with my director, the manager of HR. We had this discussion a long time ago, and we were talking about it as well, like what they were going to do, how we're going to put policies, procedures in place, because you know what, certain jobs are still going to require a drug test. That don't mean just because, oh, I got my marijuana card, that you failed the drug test. You can prove that you're able to, you legally can smoke the weed. I got a marijuana card or something like that. Or if you get pulled over, that does not allow you to still work at a job that requires a drug test. Or they may put things in place where they do randomized drug tests or drug screening. They're not going to tell you when it's going to happen. So from that standpoint, it may be, if you're, just think about it, if you're working on a machine or assembly or something like that, and something goes wrong, the first thing they're going to say, you're probably going to have to probably sign something off and say, if you have an accident, you're going to have to take a drug test first. And then the thing they're going to say is you were under the influence of drugs that may have been part of why the accident happens, something like that. So, or if you're people that drive high lows or something, people that I can't see certain jobs allowing that it's a pass for you to be able, just because it's legal in Michigan. I can't see that. Like certain government jobs, HR, we take drugs, certain jobs that will allow, you're not still going to not get a pass just because it's legal in that state. You're still going to have to require a drug screen background, even though I think I read something as well that they allow like 2.5 ounces or something, or 10 ounces in a container if you were to get caught in something like that. If you had, if you had 3 ounces, and that's on your record, and then we do a background check and it comes back from the state or the county that you were in possession of this, is that something that they're going to allow? Of course not, because if that's in their policies and procedures, that policies or procedures is meant to protect first the company that you're working for, and then also protect you. So that's how I look from that standpoint. That is not giving you a pass. Okay, we're just gonna smoke it up because you probably already been smoking. So just look at that from that standpoint. That is not a pass for you to say it's okay to smoke weed or marijuana. Same thing. So